The Cincinnati Bengals are facing unexpected drama, and it's not from a rival team or the media. It's coming from within. First round draft pick Shemar Stewart is making headlines, but not for the reasons fans were hoping. As of June 13th, Stewart remains one of just 3 first rounders league-wide who still hasn't signed his rookie contract. But unlike the others, his situation is heating up fast, and not in a good way. Stewart hasn't reported to minicamp, and tensions are rising between him and Bengals leadership. Before we dive deeper into this breaking story, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the latest Bengals updates. Alright, let's get into the real story. Stewart claims he's only asking for what other players before him have already received. "I'm not asking for anything special," he said, "just what's fair." But the Bengals aren't budging. Both sides have drawn a line in the sand, and right now, it looks like a standoff. He still says he hopes for a long-term future in Cincinnati, but actions speak louder than words. By skipping mandatory minicamp and avoiding penalties since he's not under contract, he's sending a clear message. This is about principle, not paperwork. Will the Bengals hold their ground, or will they risk losing a top draft talent before he ever suits up? This could define how the front office is seen for years to come. What's really going on in Cincinnati? Behind closed doors, the Cincinnati Bengals are making a bold and controversial move. The front office is trying to rewrite the rules for rookie contracts. Their goal? End fully guaranteed deals. That's right. Under this new approach, even first-round picks like Shemar Stewart wouldn't be promised their full contract money. If a player gets cut or doesn't perform, some of that money could vanish. It's a major shift, and Stewart is the first test case. This isn't personal. The Bengals aren't targeting Stewart specifically. They're using this moment to set a new precedent. But from the player's side, it feels like a slap in the face. Stewart's team is standing firm, and frankly, it's hard to blame them. And this isn't an isolated issue. Over on the other side of the ball, star defender Trey Hendrickson is also at odds with the Bengals. Despite saying he'd accept less money to stay in Cincinnati, the front office hasn't responded with the same energy. That sends a message, and not a good one. From rookies to veterans, there's tension building in the locker room. The Bengals may be trying to lead the league in contract strategy, but right now, it looks like they're just pushing away key players instead. Could the Bengals lose Shemar Stewart without a snap? Here's the twist no one saw coming. Shemar Stewart might walk away completely. If he refuses to sign his rookie deal, there's a nuclear option on the table. Sit out, skip the NFL, and re-enter the draft in 2026. That's right. If this standoff continues, the Bengals could lose their first-round pick without him ever stepping on the field. It's an extreme gamble. Stewart can't return to college football, so he'd be stuck in limbo, maybe playing overseas, maybe just training and waiting. But one thing is clear, he's willing to play the long game, and the Bengals need to decide fast if this is a hill worth dying on. And honestly, it's not just about one player anymore. This entire situation is putting the Bengals front office under a spotlight, and not the good kind. Fans are watching. Players are watching. And the longer this drags out, the more it feels like a franchise struggling with its own identity. Cincinnati has a chance to set the tone for the future, but right now, it looks like they're fumbling a moment that could define their reputation for years. Why this Bengals drama is unlike anything we've seen. This isn't just another offseason distraction, this is rare. What's happening between Shemar Stewart and the Bengals is completely unheard of, even by NFL standards. It's not just the contract delay. It's not just the new team policy. It's the fact that a first-round pick is considering walking away from the team entirely before ever putting on a Bengals jersey. Think about that for a second. The Bengals spent a premium pick on this guy. Fans celebrated. Coaches made plans. But now, everything's hanging in the balance over one major decision by the front office. And while Stewart stays silent publicly, his absence is louder than words. This is a test of leadership, not just for the rookie, but for the Bengals as an organization. Are they building a franchise players want to fight for? Or are they turning into a team that future stars will hesitate to trust? The NFL isn't just watching the outcome, they're watching how Cincinnati handles it. Because whatever happens next might not just affect Stewart, it could shape the Bengals' reputation for years to come. Bengals rookies being stretched too thin. While all eyes are on Shemar Stewart, there's another story brewing inside Bengals camp, one that's just as unusual in its own way. Sources from inside the facility say the Bengals are experimenting with player flexibility, rotating certain rookies between offense and defense within the same day of practice. That's right, lining up on one side in the morning, then switching to the other by afternoon. It's a bold move, and while it hasn't caused any visible problems yet, coaches know the risk. For a rookie trying to master the NFL playbook, learning just one position is already a mountain. Learning both sides of the ball in real time, that's almost unheard of. Now, the positions involved aren't the most mentally demanding. Think receiver and cornerback, but even then, mental overload is real. If this becomes too much too fast, it could hurt development instead of helping. What's clear is that the Bengals are pushing creative limits during minicamp. But whether this versatility strategy is genius or just overthinking, it's something we'll find out in preseason. For now, it's just one more unusual twist in an offseason that's been anything but ordinary.